Former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce is here for more on that. Hi, Robert. Thanks for coming on. Now that we're seeing a more complete picture of Alex Pretti's shooting, what's your assessment of what happened and how those federal officers handled the situation?
So what I could see, it's once they got Alex Pretti on the ground, and apparently it contradicted what Kristi Noem has said, Secretary Noem has said prior to that, where they saw a gun. They did not. Once they were on the ground, it appears someone yelled gun. Diane, I've been in these situations, and I understand that heightens the threat level and kind of distorts. You're in a fog of war at that point. You're fighting for your life. Once they hit the gun, they hear the gun, but you're looking for someone else. Says, I got the gun. That doesn't look like it happened here. You see an agent pull a gun from his waistband and then walk away, and then the succession of shots come thereafter. Initially, there's a shot, and there's plenty more after that. So there's a lot to be determined here. Who are all these agents? That's important. In an investigation like this, you take a picture of each person who was at the scene and what they were wearing. So this individual with the gray coat has to explain, did he say, I have the gun, everything's clear here? We don't know that. That should have happened. But again, you're in the fog of war, and things happen that you can't, because of your exertion and your threat level, that changes things. But here it's really sows seeds of mistrust when someone says that it's just, he came with the gun. That's not what happened. All right, so you really need a clear voice. And I think that's why President Trump has sent Tom Homan to the scene, so he has a direct report with facts of the case.
What do you make of the way this escalated? Is that in line with officers' training?
With something like that, you have something in the street there, you're making an arrest on one end, and all of a sudden this is protesters who are getting in your way, and you have to react to that. However, you see Alex Pretti, he was pepper sprayed, or we believe to be so, with the female he was with, and taken to the ground. That's not unusual if someone's not listening to your verbal commands. That's why it's so important to have these body-worn cameras now. You can not only see what happened, but you hear the verbal commands. And if someone's not responding to that, then it escalates after that. So that's where we are right now. You need transparency on this investigation to explain it.
So what do you make of the decision to keep those officers on the job in other locations?
That's a smart move. If you want to put them out somewhere else, you get them, isolate them, so that you can speak to them in a level that you can find out exactly what their thought pattern was, what their threat level was. So that's what mostly do all the time, is get them out of that situation and take them someplace else.
But you continue to have them work on the streets in another location.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to be on desk duty until this thing straightens out. I can't imagine anybody putting them back on it. And that's protocol across the country. You usually put in a modified assignment. So I'm sure that's what's happening. But if they are put in a different scenario, it's very odd.
All right, Robert Boyce, thank you.